My name is Yastrab. I live in Woodmere, New York. I have 4 kids who are either in private school or have graduated from private schools, and I became involved with Teach NYS in order to lobby for some of their needs.
My name is Stacey Pheffer Amato, and I am the New York State Assemblywoman for the 23rd Assembly District.
Annie Wallman from Teach NYS asked me to make an appointment to go and meet with Assemblywoman Pheffer Amato. And I came to her office, I think it was in January this year. I did not know what to expect.
We had a meeting, and from there, our relationship began.
And the Assemblywoman understood our needs, understood what we were fighting for, and has been very eager to fight the fight for us in Albany.
You know, Sarah is an awesome full-time volunteer, and I have such respect for that. As a previous Parent Association president for many years, a volunteer in my own community, I have respect for people who stand up without pay for an organization.
You know, the Orthodox world has many crises. We have a tuition crisis, we have a shidduch crisis, we have a lot going on, and the tuition crisis is a big one. Tuition is a very big stress on Orthodox families.
Funding specifically wasn't traditionally put into the budgets for non-public schools, and I think as we look at education as a whole, you can't choose one group from another. So as we fight for funding, I felt it was important that non-public schools get funding in other ways that they can bring more programs and education to their students.
We're blessed to live in a country where we have freedom of religion, where we have the choice to educate our children the way we want to, and we recognise that that's a big blessing, and we're willing to dig deep into our pockets and pay for that. When it comes to issues like STEM, which is not specifically religious, it's helpful to everybody, it's very important that everybody gets involved. And Assemblywoman Pheffer Amato has been very helpful in fighting that fight for us and helping the STEM dollars reach our yeshivas. The day Stacey Pheffer Amato came to visit Shalhevet was a very amazing day. It started with a meeting of the adults, the principal, the Rosh Yeshiva, myself, the STEM teacher, the Assemblywoman and her staff, the people from Teach NYS, and there was a discussion about the theory, about why the STEM funding is important, how the school uses the funding, and why we need it to continue. But then the visit got 1,000 times better when the Assemblywoman went into a room where probably 8 or 9 girls had set up projects that they had done, whether it was websites that they had developed, models that they had made, specific STEM projects that they had done that they showed one by one to the Assemblywoman. They interacted beautifully, she asked them a lot of questions, they answered beautifully. There was such an engagement between the two sides, and I think it really left an impression on the Assemblywoman, and she really understood that what she's doing in Albany doesn't just stay in Albany.
As a parent, elected official, I have so many hats, but when I walked into Shalhevet and the girls were so eager to show me the work that they have accomplished, it was one of my greatest days in a school. Taking all my energy, fighting for those dollars for STEM, for the non-public schools, and then going to a school and seeing in action, you can't make this stuff up. Taking these young ladies and bringing them to the next level of their education, because they showed me a program on a computer screen, and I asked, how many years experience do you have in computers? It's my first time coding. It's your first time coding, and they ran a program about baking cupcakes. Another student, robotics. So have you ever worked with anything like this? Not at all. And I feel like I walked in that classroom like their brains were exploding. And the pride they had in their own education and in their own school is priceless. And all that did was make me wake up the next morning and say, let's keep this fight going.
STEM education is the future. Our school, the school that I brought the Assemblywoman to, was a girls' school, and I think girls and women in STEM is even more important. To be able to be in that world of STEM is really the future, and I just think it's one of the most important parts of our kids' education. So I think having a relationship with a local elected official is really the best way to make sure that your children get what they deserve. They deserve an education. They're going to be productive members of our society. We want them to have the tools that they need to succeed. And having that relationship, that ability to pick up the phone and have a chat, come over for a cup of coffee, whatever it might be, to send our message to the people that make the decisions, I think it's a wonderful thing. My message to others who want to get involved is it's so fun. You should really do it, and you feel like you're doing something meaningful. You meet wonderful people, there's a great energy, and you get to say what you need, and you get to know that people are fighting the fight for you, and you get to be involved in where the decisions are happening. I understand what my kids' needs. For me to be able to go to my local elected officials and advocate for them, I think it's a great privilege, and I think it's a shame not to take advantage of the opportunity.
I am a firm believer in volunteering. But what happens is that I think parents get caught up in the time. You know, what does that mean? I don't have time. None of us have time, right? We're all busy. We're raising families. We're working. But volunteering is important, community-wise, school-wise. Volunteering is one of the greatest investments you can give into your community and to your school.